G'day and welcome to Small Steps Through Life. Today we're at the clifftop at Pukerua Bay and it's beautiful. It's not particularly hot because there's a nice breeze, but it's sunny and the sound of the waves is kind of relaxing. And what I'm bringing to you today is another one of that Just for Fun series. And the title I've been given is The Great Marmalade Adventure. Let's see how this goes. One day, in a cottage, the lady of the house decided that today would be a good day to make marmalade. So she and several critters went out to the orchard. With her was a hedgehog, a rabbit, and a bear. And they went out. The hedgehog had to scurry because he has very small legs. But they all made it out there, the rabbit going lop, 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 lollop, lollop, lollop. And the bear, well, the bear waddles because he's a little bit fat. And he's very happy with that. And they went out. And so the lady of the house found some fruit. She found some grapefruit, some lemons, and some oranges. And the hedgehog volunteered to take the lemon. The rabbit volunteered to take the grapefruit, and the bear volunteered to take the orange. And she watched to see how they would deal with it. The hedgehog, being very small, just rolled the lemon in front of him. The rabbit turned round, face backwards, and with one good swift kick, kicked the grapefruit halfway to the cottage. And the bear, well, the bear just picked it up and lazily carried it. It was so easy. They got inside, and all the critters sat on a nearby bench as she started to peel them after washing them. And once they were peeled and they were sitting there cooking, they all just sat round, and the bear said, "What are you making?" And she said, "I'm making marmalade." And the bear said, "I've heard of that. It's meant to be fairly good." "But will there be any carrots?" said the rabbit. And she said, "Not in this one." "Well, could you make it with carrots? I would really like that." And she said, "I'm not sure. I will have to look it up. I'll look it up after." And the hedgehog said, "And strawberries, and strawberries." And she said, "I'll look that up too." And after a while, it had stewed down enough to add the sugar. And so the sugar was added, and it was time to stir it. And the bear thought this is an easy job, and he volunteered to stir it. And he was shown how to stir it and how to check to make sure it wasn't sticking to the side. And while he was doing that, the other three went off to see whether or not you could indeed make carrot marmalade or strawberry marmalade. And while they were doing that, the bear would stir, take out the spoon, and taste the drip that came off the bottom of the spoon. And he rather liked that. And so he stirred more and more frequently. And after a while, he was noticing it was getting thicker. And a lot had evaporated. And when they all came back, and she had a look in the pot, she said, "What happened?" And the bear said, "I think it all evaporated. But it's almost empty." It evaporated a lot. Is that all that happened? Well, every time I took the spoon out, there was some drips, and I thought they would be a waste, so I slurped them up. I think I know where it all went. And she looked at him and saw that he was sticky, right from his muzzle, to his paws, to his tummy, to the tip of his nose. Everywhere was covered in marmalade. There wasn't much evaporation, but there was a lot of bearification, as it had gone everywhere. So she had a look and saw that it was actually ready, and she poured it into the waiting jars. Well, into the waiting half jar. The rest was now very happily inside one very round bear, who was very happy. And after a while, it came time to test it. And the bear, of course, said, "May I try some?" And looking on a little bit incredulous, she said, "I think you can taste it after the others. We need to make sure that everybody gets at least one bite of this." And so the hedgehog tried it, And he wrinkled his nose and said, that's a bit sour. And the rabbit tried it and said, not very crunchy. Carrots would be better. And the bear tried it and said, it's as good as when it comes off the spoon. And the lady of the house looked, and she decided it wasn't much marmalade for all the effort, but it had been fun. And the next thing was, of course, the bear was going to need rather a large cleanup. But that is a story for another day. See you later.